Hey class, welcome to another net worth uh, lesson. And yesterday we left off with our exit ticket where it says, what is the difference between assets and liabilities? And I saw a lot of great answers whenever you were turning in your discussions. Most everybody was getting it right, which is great. Uh, they're saying assets are something that you own and liabilities are something that you owe. Assets own, liabilities owe. And so that's how you would answer that exit ticket. So today, what we are doing, today's objectives are, let me move myself. I will know the difference between assets and liabilities and how they are used to create a net worth statement. So we're going to actually be going into making and creating a net worth statement, and then you're going to be practicing on your own. I will understand how a net worth statement is used to describe a person's wealth. Okay. And I will be able to explain and perform a net worth calculation. So you'll be able to uh, calculate a net worth by the end of this lesson. So, net worth is really a fairly simple equation. You take your assets, all of your asset value, and you subtract your liabilities, and that's your net worth, whatever you're left with. Now, let's say, okay, anyway, so assets, you're going to take your assets, subtract your liabilities, you have your net worth. Very simple. And so let's take this one into account. For example, I have somebody here, a kid here. They own a PlayStation. They have cash, and they owe their friend $10. And so how this would work is their assets are something that they own. We can see which ones are the assets. So the first one is an asset because it's PlayStation. It's something that they own. Okay, so that's going to be an asset for $120. They do owe a friend $10, so that's something that they owe. So that would be a liability. And then they have cash for $50. That is something that they own. So that will be an asset. Okay. And so their total assets, if we were to add these two, that is 120 plus 50 would be $170. They still owe their friend $10 though. So the total liabilities is only $10. So if they were try to if they were to try to pay their liabilities with their assets, they would still have some money left over. So we're going to take assets, total assets minus total liabilities, the numbers that we got here, and then whatever we're left with is what their net worth what their net worth is, which is $160. That is a positive net worth because their assets are greater than their liabilities. Now, here is a sample problem. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to take off my screen because no, I can stick it up. I can stick myself over here. So Maria owns a townhome that is valued at $85,564. She still owes $29,222 on her mortgage. Uh, the balance on Maria's student loans is $23,401. Her car was recently appraised and is valued at $12,450, and she has a credit card balance of $4,798. Construct a net worth statement to find Maria's net worth. And so this table that we see here is the format of the net worth statement. Okay. And we are going to fill this in, but first we need to identify what by each piece of information that we're given, whether it's an asset or a liability, and that will tell us where we need to go. So first, the first piece of information says Maria owns a townhome that is valued at about $85,000. So she owns that townhome, and so it is going to be an asset. So I'm going to highlight that. On your activity, you're actually going to highlight it, but I boxed it, so it's not in the bad view. So she owns that, so that is going to be an asset. So I put the asset name right here, and I put the total or the dollar amount value here. Now let's read the next piece of information. She still owes $29,222 on her mortgage. That is a liability because she needs to pay that. She needs to pay that total amount. And so that's going to be a liability. So we'll stick that in the liability section. The name goes here under liabilities, and the amount goes down here. The balance on Maria's student loans is $23,401. Balance, when it's called balance and loan together, that's going to be a liability. So I'm going to highlight it like that, and then it goes into the liability section just like this. So far she has this many liabilities and this much value. All right, so her car was recently appraised and is valued at $12,450. That is definitely something she owns, and it has value and brings positive value to her net worth. And so that is going to go into the asset column. She has credit card balance. Now, when you pay with credit cards, you're actually borrowing money from the bank, and you're going to have to pay that money back. And so when you have a balance on your credit card, if you have a zero balance on your credit card, that means you owe nothing. If you have a negative balance on your credit card, that means they owe you some money, which usually doesn't happen. And if you have a positive balance on your credit card, that means that you owe money and you need to pay it back. So that is going to be a liability. And that's going to go in the liability section. Now we're going to take the sum of all the assets and the sum of all the liabilities and fill those in. So the total assets, the total asset value, all of her assets together is $98,014. Her total liability value is $57,421. So if I were to subtract these, I would have a positive net worth of $40,000 and $40,593,000. Wait, golly, 40. I can't believe I can't say this right. $40,593. Sorry about that. So we're gonna move on to the next one. Now, this one says Kendrick owns a motorcycle worth $3,542. He has $31,557 in student loans to repay. He owns 9 monthly payments of $69 each for his HP computer. He has a credit card balance of $2,965. He also has $5,982 in a bank account. What is Kendrick's net worth? So let's go ahead and get kicking on this. So one piece of information at a time. Kendrick owns a motorcycle worth $3,542. Well, he owns it. That's an asset. Asset is something that you own. So that's going to go into the asset column. He has $31,557 in student loans. That is going to be a liability. So that's going to go in the liability column. And then it says he owes 9 monthly payments of $69 each. So does he only own $69? Well, first it is a liability, okay? But does he only owe $69? No. It says he pays $69 for the next 9 months. So we're going to have to multiply these two to get the total amount that he owes. And that is represented right here. I said 9 times 69 is $621 of a liability. So he has a credit card balance of $2,965. Credit card balance is something that you owe. It is a liability. He also has $5,982 in his bank account. His bank account is something that he owns. That money in there is something that he owns. Therefore, it is considered an asset. Okay? So, it is considered an asset. Sorry, I guess I mixed this up right here. All right, so we're going to find the total assets and the total liabilities. All right, so $9,000 in assets, $35,000 in liabilities, and this right here, he has more liabilities than he has assets. So if he were to try to pay all of his liabilities, sell all of his assets, and pay all of his liabilities, he would still owe money. Therefore, he is in the negative net worth. He has a negative net worth of $25,619. So when your liabilities outweigh your assets, you are considered to have a negative net worth. Now, as a young student, for example, when you go to college, or even right now, when you go to college or even get out of college, you are expected to have a negative net worth. Okay. But the object of your financial freedom is to actually work towards gaining more assets and limiting or decreasing your liabilities. And once you do that, your financial net worth, your net worth, will actually increase as your life goes on. And that is the point of it all. So here's the question. How would a net worth be affected if total liabilities were greater than total assets? I encourage you to pause this video, maybe even go back one slide on this video and reference the last slide to be able to answer this. And I'll be going over this in a second. So I hope that you paused the video and you actually tried to answer this question. And so, how would net worth be affected if total liabilities were greater than total assets? Well, if your liabilities, something that you owe, were greater than your assets, what you own, liabilities are greater than your assets, then you will have a negative net worth. Because even if you were to take all your assets and pay your liabilities with all of your assets, you would still owe money. So you would still be in the negative. Okay. I hope this helps. I hope that was very clear. Let me know if you like these videos better than the other videos, so I can continue to know what I need to be doing from now on. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the office hours or in the live sessions and tutorials. Okay. Let me know if you need any help.